Hello students, looking at important headlines from the Hindu newspaper for 19th Jan. On the front page you have this news, country wronged in Rafale deal, says Congress. So this is regarding the front page coverage in the Hindu newspaper on how the deal became so costly. So this is in that context now opposition is raising its voice. This is Men in Blue Rock. So this is regarding India winning the ODI series 2-1. So this is a coverage on that. And this is 51 women entered Sabarimala, the Kerala tells Supreme Court. So after the Supreme Court verdict in which it has allowed women of all age groups to enter Sabarimala temple, the protests which were going on in Kerala made it difficult for women of that age group to enter the temple premises. But then now we are seeing the Kerala government making efforts, and here you can see it said earlier there were allegations also made on the government that the women who enter the temple were not actually devotees. So now Kerala government has informed the Supreme Court that 51 female devotees as such of menstrual age have dodged protesters and entered the Sabarimala shrine. Then next is below here you can see once again a palace fit for the Nizams. So this is restoration work done at Hyderabad's Mahalla Palace. So it's said that at a time when such heritage structures in Hyderabad are seen as prime real estate sites, Mahalla Palace has been restored now back to its grandeur. On page 3 you have Rajasthan State Board may be extinct soon. So this is regarding Great Indian Bustard. It is said only 50 Great Indian Bustards are left in the wild and there is no action on plan to save them. On page 5 you have Indigo A320 Neo engines failed 69 times, says the air regulator, that is Director General of Civil Aviation. So it says 42 snags pertain to oil chips that play a role in early warning. So this has come forth now. So there were these glitches in the new engines, the A320 new engines. So that is why the Director General of Civil Aviation has also initiated action. It looked into the entire matter, and here you can see the details provided. And this is rural housing achieves only 66% target. So it said states are delaying allotment of land for landless beneficiaries. So this is what the central government has to say why the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin scheme, which is to provide housing for the rural poor, has achieved only 66% target. So it had to complete 1 crore houses for rural population. So the blame is put on the state government that they are not allotting land. So how will the house be built? And this is Supreme Court Collegium hears 3 High Court judges. So this is on a series of decisions which have required to be made. So there have been decisions made on appointments to High Courts now. Then on editorial page, the first editorial, nudged into action. So this is regarding the push which Supreme Court has now given to establish the Lokpal, which was in news yesterday. And this is shape of the slowdown. So this is regarding China's capacity to manage its economic transition. So this will have its implications around the world. So Chinese growth is slowing down. So that's the point. The lead article, some call it democracy. So you can see to call for the overthrow of a state and fearful social system is not sedition, it is democracy. So when government, when people call that the government needs to change, or when when the social system as such is fearful, that we are living in fear, so this is not sedition. So it is democracy, is what the lead article is arguing. And this is the danger of reciprocity. So it says that it is vital the Supreme Court Collegium remains firmly independent. So that is what has been highlighted, the recent case which was discussed yesterday in editorial also regarding appointment of judges, the selection of judges by the Collegium. The Collegium put forth its recommendation before the central government and then has changed the recommendation and in Jan given fresh recommendations. The other 2 judges have been dropped now. So there are questions being raised on this. Then on Saturdays on the op-ed page we have a ground zero coverage, and today the coverage is grave secrets from a troubled past. So this is regarding this recent discovery of mass graves in Mannar in Sri Lanka's northern province. So this has raised fresh questions about Sri Lanka's history of violence. So earlier LTT, Liberation Tiger of Tamil Eelam, was a terrorist organization who was fighting for the rights of Tamils here. At least initially it was doing so in Sri Lanka, in the northern provinces especially. So here what has happened now is that the government of Sri Lanka waged a war against LTT, targeted it and got it completely finished. So that happened around 10 years ago. So since then rehabilitation and resettlement is required for reconciliation is required for the Sri Lankan population in this region, but it has still been a very slow process. So, and now mass graves have been discovered which bring back memories. On page 9 you have India flays Pakistani Supreme Court move on Gilgit-Baltistan. So recently Supreme Court of Pakistan issued an order in which it brought the region of Gilgit-Baltistan, which is in POK, within its ambit. So this has been protested against by India. India summoned the Pakistani diplomat here and protested against this order. Then there is no important news on the international page. It is a continuation of the same news which we have been discussing for some time now. Then on business page you have here, inflation volatility is a challenge, says RBI governor. So inflation stays volatile, it goes low and it may go very high, so it remains volatile. So policy action is required on corporate governance in banks. Cyber risk is a major challenge. So these are the viewpoints given by Shaktikant Das, the governor of RBI. On page 12 you have, we are removing all barriers, says Modi. So this is a vibrant Gujarat summit at which the 9th edition of the summit, which was held in Gandhinagar in Gujarat, where Prime Minister gave his statements. On the last page you have, India ranks 3rd in research papers on artificial intelligence. So this new analysis tracks publications in peer-reviewed journals, and ranking of research papers from India on artificial intelligence is high. Then this is Japan's satellite to deliver artificial meteors. So this is regarding the Japanese satellite as such here, which has been launched. So Japan has developed it's actually a startup based in Japan which has developed a micro satellite for the celestial shower. So they will have a celestial show over Hiroshima in early 2020. So it's an initial experiment of what it calls shooting stars on demand. So this artificial meteors will be, the satellite will release these tiny balls that glow brightly as they hurtle through the atmosphere. So it will simulate a meteor shower. So this has been actually blasted off in Japan by a startup company. So these are the important headlines. Thank you.